So how you doing? Hey, today we're going to be trying to find a cylinder here out of my parts. So I'm going to be working on fixing Bodie's Super XL Auto. I tore it down in a live feed, and we discovered the cylinder's toast. She's basically worn down so bad that the piston's kind of flopping around inside of there. So I'm basically going to tear down a part saw here and see if we got a viable option here on this cylinder. The piston's got some scoring on it, so we don't really know until we tear it down and try to clean it up some. So that's what we're going to do here today. Let me show you the saw. So there it is, Super XL Auto. She's just a part saw. It's just something I can take parts off of as I need them, and I need a cylinder. Let me see if I can rotate this around so you can see the piston. Piston's a bit ugly. So we're gonna take it off, see the condition of the cylinder. If it's usable, it's usable. If it's not, we'll keep looking. But there it is. We are gonna tear this saw down. This saw did have bar plates on it, so I found a set of bar plates for his saw. He was missing these, so we're good there. And now all we gotta do is get a cylinder. I did look, the piston's nice and snug in there. The only issue it seems to have is that scoring. So we're gonna see if it damaged the cylinder or not, and see if we can get her cleaned up as a good used cylinder on his saw. Alrighty. All right, so there it is, all disassembled. Now in case you're ever wondering what causes Homelite saws to fail over the years, that's the reason right there. Nobody ever takes that gas tank off and cleans it up good. Once that sawdust gets in there, it acts like insulation and just cooks it, It's like a great insulation for these things. It just cooks and cooks and cooks. You'll have gas boiling and everything else. But yeah, sawdust. Now, I got this cylinder off. She's rough. I definitely saw the scoring before I pulled it off. The question now is whether or not I can clean that up. This does appear to be mostly aluminum transfer, so let's see what happens as I get into it, and we'll see how good she looks till I'm done. Alrighty. All right, so I did some cleaning up in there, and I'll show you what she looks like right now. She doesn't look as good as I prefer. So this is, the one side. This side really don't have any damage. Transfer areas are good. It's the exhaust area. You can see a little tiny bit of scoring. There's a little wee bit up in the upper corner there. And those other imperfections you're seeing are in plating. Now is the decision time of whether or not to run it. Personally, for myself, if this was my own saw, I would run it. For him, it's not going to get ran a lot. So, and I don't think this would cause any issues. This scoring is all below the exhaust port. So, what that'll do is basically just create a little bit of a channel for the oil, just, it maybe help with a little cooling, but I'll be honest, I'm thinking about running it like this, with that scoring. It's just that one spot up in that upper left corner there that has some scoring, and then the rest of it is below. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and run it like this. He said to go ahead and just use a used cylinder, and these used cylinders are getting hard to come by. This is my last one. I don't have any others after this. If I was going for a different one, I would have to find one, get one bought or something. So what I think I'm going to do now is do a few little performance upgrades here and get this thing ready to install. That way, we can work at getting it back to them. So that's where I think I'm going to head next. All right, so I went ahead and sent Bodie a message with some pictures of the cylinder, and he said to go ahead and run with it. So that's what we're going to do. As of this point, I'm going to do a few go fast mods here and you know, nothing out of the ordinary. I did check for free porting, so she's close enough that I can't do any squish adjustments, and so, you know, it is what it is. I'll have to rely on whatever performance I can get out of, you know, whatever transfer and exhaust work I do and everything. So, you know, that's the way these Super XL autos are. Very rarely can you do any squish work on them. They're just too close to free porting. But, you know, we'll do our best. Now, if you're interested in doing a Homelite, these Super XL autos, you can't really do any squish work to them. All you can do is like transfer work and exhaust work and all that stuff. There are some other models that you can do squish work to. This is typically not one of them. So, you know, you're kind of limited to how much power you can get out of one of these through these methods. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and get to work on making some Go Fast mods. So there's our transfer work. That's what we got to do in order to get her matched up with the crankcase. That way we got a nice smooth flow up through the transfers. You see, I didn't remove the bridge. I've discovered that I prefer to not remove the bridge in my builds. But I'm going to work at cleaning this up, and then I'll go ahead and take care of the exhaust work and put in my other little performance mods. And then we'll get her back together. Alrighty.